Okay, we're going to finish our discussion of vision by talking about the different theories of color vision. So the first one that we're going to talk about is the trichromatic theory. It's also called the Young-Helmholtz theory. You need to know both terms. But trichromatic, three color, right? Trichromatic. This is the idea that the retina contains three different types of receptors, or cones, that are sensitive to different colors. So some of the cones are receptive to red, some of the cones are receptive to blue, and some of them are receptive to green. They're separate cones, okay? So each of those cones are going to be receptive to one of these three colors. This, we have some evidence towards this because of color deficiencies or color blindness. Color blindness is a genetic disorder that prevents people from distinguishing between certain colors, either because they have a weakness in or a lack of one of those cones, okay? So the most common form of color blindness is the difficulty of distinguishing between red and green. And if you look over to the side here, this circle here is a test for color blindness. So if you cannot see this number in the middle, you may be colorblind and you might not even know it. If you can, you'll see that it says 71, right? That's a test for color blindness. Down here, we can see how people who are colorblind or red-green colorblind would see apples. So here's a red apple, here's a green apple, but to them, they look almost exactly the same. It is complete color deficiency does exist. So you'd see in monochromatic, like watching a black and white movie. However, it's very rare. So it's not something that happens very often. This is more common in males than it is in females, so it's pretty rare to have females be colorblind. Okay, the other theory of color vision is the opponent process theory. And this is the theory proposed by Herring that we have four primary colors. Okay, so here are our four primary colors, and then black and white. And these colors have an opposed pair. So blue and yellow are opposing pairs, green and red are opposing pairs, and then white and black are opposing pairs. And the idea is that we have one cone that distinguishes between blue and yellow, another set of cones that distinguishes between red and green, and another set of cones that helps us distinguish black and white. Okay, that's the opponent process theory. And the evidence that we have towards this are actor images. So what I want you to do is I want you to pause this video and stare at the very middle of this flag, right where my cursor is right now, for 30 seconds. So go ahead and pause. Now when you've switched, stare in the middle of this white screen. You might have to blink a couple of times, but you should be able to see the American flag. This is the opponent process theory. The idea is that the blue and the black get tired out, and so the only thing left for you to see are the red, white, and blue. Okay? So that's the idea of the opponent process theory.